Hi guys, I'm Tori. Welcome back to my YouTube. It's been a couple of weeks because I was waiting for this white backdrop so you don't see my ugly, weird background that was before this, because this is like in the front of my apartment. So it kind of looked ugly. And if you didn't notice, my hair grew like 15, 18 inches. I got it done a couple of days ago. So yeah, in today's video, I wanted to do a little fun, like spring smoky eye, like a going out, fun smoky eye that I would like do in the springtime. So I hope that you guys enjoy. If you do, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the video. So I'm gonna start with my eyebrows here. Usually if I'm doing a smoky eye, I tend to do my eyes first. And yes, I did get eyelash extensions. I don't ever get them, but since I was going to a music festival, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have them just so I like don't really have to like put strips on every day because I hate strips. And now I'm not going to the music festival, so now I just have these lashes that I'm gonna take off next week. I mean, they look really good, but I just don't like them for like everyday use, but it'll be good for this look. So I'm gonna start by just filling my brows in here. I use Anastasia Brow Wiz literally every day. It's all I like. You know, brush and puff. That's the motto. Brush and puff. So before I start my eye shadow, I'm gonna go in with concealer and conceal my under eyes, which I always do. So I'm just gonna kind of like cut out where my brow is and fill this in. And then I'm just gonna smooth it all out. I always do this if I'm doing my eyes first, because if you don't, my eyelids are just like veiny. And I just feel like it looks way more clean when you do this first. It sets like a nice clean canvas. And then I'm just gonna fill in all right here. There we go. So much better. All right, so after I fill my eyelids in with concealer, I'm gonna go in with this palette. It's by Huda Beauty. It's just like this little square palette. This is perfect for any kind of vacation, I feel like, because I don't like to pack a lot of makeup when I go. It looks like this. It's super cute. It's called the Topaz collection. They have it in a couple of different colors. But anyways, before I start with that, I'm going to set my under eyes because they're kind of sticky from the concealer I just used with a big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M504. I'm just going to set it with a little bit of banana powder by Anastasia. I don't know why I said that really weird, but I'm just going to set my eyes really quick. All right. Now I'm going to go in with this first shade here. It's kind of like a peachy nude. If this would focus. Hi. Here we go. So I'm going to start by just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions all across the eye here. I'm definitely focusing it in my upper crease rather than my lower crease because this is going to be like a transition shade. After that first shade is on, I'm going to go in with this guy right here. It's like a pretty bright orange. There's two oranges. I'm going to go with the lighter one. I'm going to take this Morphe 441. That's what I used in the first color as well for that transition shade. I'm going to kind of just do the same thing that I was just doing. I'm going to focus on the upper crease and really just work on blending these two colors together so they look nice and seamless. I feel like the key to any smoky eye is going from lighter shade to medium shade to darker shade and really just making sure that you're like blending these colors in efficiently. If you don't blend one in and you just keep going, it's just going to be like a disaster. Often when I'm doing these smoky eyes as well, I like to kind of like flick the shade outward and almost kind of give it a cat eye effect, if that makes sense, just because I feel like it just elongates your eyes and who doesn't want that. So just like ever so slightly like flick it out, and then when I put my concealer on, when I put my foundation on, it just like looks way better in my opinion. All right, next I'm gonna take that darker orange shade, which is like a little bit more burnt looking, this guy right here. I'm gonna use the same brush that I was just using. I'm gonna focus a little bit more on the middle crease rather than the upper crease because we're getting a little bit darker here. We are looking fab, we are looking orange. So next I'm gonna take a little bit of a darker shade here, and it is the dark brown right here. Oh, I should have used that yellow. I don't know why I didn't use that. I like didn't see it in the moment. I'm gonna take a little bit of a smaller brush. I'm taking the M433. It looks like so. And I'm just gonna pop this on my very outer corner. Usually when I'm doing this, I just do like little tiny stamps, get it on there, and then I go in little like V motions almost. So like upper V, lower V. And I just keep doing that so the colors melt together. So I'm just gonna do that for like 5 minutes till my result. Next I'm gonna take this coppery shade right here. And I'm gonna take my MAC M433 brush. It just looks like this. It's nice and flat. If it would focus, there we go. And I'm gonna take MAC Fix Plus as well, which every time I do any kind of shimmer, I always spray Fix Plus because it makes everything look a lot more metallic. So I'm gonna just spritz that a little bit on my brush here, and I'm gonna pop that on the lid in the area that I didn't put any shadow. Love. So I want to add a little pop in the center of my eye, and I'm going to use this guy. It's by MAKEUPGEEK. It's like a loose pigment, and it's like pink, but it's really pretty. It's not going to look super pink when I put it on. It's just going to like make the copper that I already put on pop, and I just wanted to do an extra, you know, little fun something. So this color is called HOLAGRAM. I'm going to spray my Fix Plus. I'm just going to pop this in the center of my eye. See how it doesn't turn it pink? It just gives it like an extra like pop. It almost has like a green reflection in it. I don't know, I'm into it, I love it. Now I'm gonna take that Morphe M433 that I used for the dark brown, and I'm just gonna take a tiny bit more of that dark brown and kind of just like pat it where I started that color and where the dark color ends. And it just kind of like marries the two tones together. Marries the shimmer and the dark brown. Yeah. All right, for the face, for my primer, I'm gonna use Strobe Cream by MAC. It is in the shade Peachlight. Has a little bit of a shimmer to it, so perfect for any kind of like beach vacation. Okay, I feel like now that I'm blonder, I have to like clip my hair back or else I'm gonna turn it orange. So I'm gonna use these guys. I got them off of Amazon. They're wonderful because it clips your hair back, but it doesn't leave creases because of these little guys. So I'll link them down below because I'm a fan of these. But I'm gonna clip those up. I'm gonna use Estee Lauder Doublewear, which I use in every single video. Haven't found a foundation that I like more. Sorry, it's gonna be like the boring part of the videos because I use the same foundation every single time I do my makeup. I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender. This is the Real Techniques beauty blender, and it's my personal favorite because it's very big. I'm gonna say this in all of my videos, but I only like to go around the outer perimeter of my face when I'm doing the foundation, because with the inner part of the face, that's where I conceal, and I don't want to put like, you know, layers and layers of face makeup on because I don't want to look cakey. I'm actually going to work after this. I was supposed to work at 9, but one of my clients is, you know, a little worried about the coronavirus, which honestly, it's insane how affected everyone is by the coronavirus. Like, it's a real thing. One of my best friends was stuck in Europe, about to be stuck in Europe at least, but her boyfriend luckily got her a to get back to the US. It was like the only flight that was coming back to the US, so that was scary. It's like insane how much this is affecting everyone. It's really scary actually. But anyways, I was supposed to start work at 9. Now I start at 10:30, which is nice. So I have a little extra time to hang with the doggos. I would take them on a walk, but it's so rainy today in Arizona. It's been like pouring the last couple of days. Sometimes after I do my foundation, I like to go in with this Morphe E8. Looks like this. It's just like a little kabuki foundation brush, and if I need any more coverage in any areas, I will go over it with that rather than a beauty blender. Now for the bronzer, I'm going to go in with this Milk Makeup bronzer stick. It's in the shade Baked. This is like pretty dark for me, but I want to look tan, so. I'm going to take the Morphe Y6 and just stamp this into my skin to give me a nice bronzy look. It's like actually so funny when you start with your eye makeup, you're like, holy shit, I look bad, and then you start putting your foundation on and you're like, okay, this is all starting to come together now slowly. You just have to trust the process when you start with the eyes, because it looks a little weird when you have like an intense eye makeup and you don't have foundation on yet, but it'll all come together. Now I'm going to take the same stick and very carefully, because my hair is super light, I don't want to turn into an Oompa Loompa, I'm gonna bronze the top of my head, which I always do. I like have to, it's just my thing. Take the same brush and just stamp it into the skin so it frames my face nicely. Now I'm gonna take this guy. This is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I wasn't using this for a long time because I was using Tarte Shape Tape, but now I'm back in the game. I love it. It's a lot lighter than Tarte Shape Tape. I like Tarte also, but I just feel like for summer, it's nicer to use something that's like a little bit more sheer. I don't know if you noticed that I did this on this eye, but with the angle of the Beauty Blender, I like to carve out this little eyeshadow area so it goes like with the shape of my eye this way, and it kind of just carves out what I was talking about earlier and just kind of like gives it that cat eye effect that you can kind of see. So once you kind of like stamp your Beauty Blender over that, I feel like it makes everything just like come together, and it makes everything just look more like. I'm gonna set my under eyes with that same banana powder by Anastasia. Just where I put that concealer. And I'm just gonna set my nose just a little bit because my nose can get a little oily at times. Now for blush, I'm gonna go in with this. It's by Stila Cosmetics. It's called Lilium. It's like a little cute tiny guy, and yeah, it's like a cream and I like it. I love cream blush and liquid blush, so I'm gonna just take my finger, go like this, smile, and just pat this. I love this color. It's super girly, cute, summery, and I just love a cream blush. And now for the highlighter, which is my favorite pot of the day. I'm going to take that same Pat McGrath highlighting duo. I'm going to use these two. This one's a little bit purpley, so I'm going to use this champagne one and the gold one, mix them together, and put them on my nose, on my upper cheek. It just gives such a pretty shine. It's not like chunky glitter. It's just like shimmer, 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 shimmer. All right, now that all of my foundation and face makeup's on, I'm gonna go back to my eyes because I need to do my lower lash line. I'm gonna take this brown that I used earlier in my crease, in my outer crease, and I'm gonna take this little flat definer brush that I used for the black, and I'm just gonna pop it on my lower lash line, just on the outer corner. Just like stamping it ever so slightly. I don't want to go too far in because I don't want to look like my makeup is too dark, but then I'm going to smoke it out with one of the orangey shades and it's going to look really pretty. So now that I did that, I'm going to take a pencil brush Any pencil brush will work. The one that I'm using is by Morphe. It's the E18. I'm going to take this lighter orange that I used earlier. I'm going to use that to just like smoke out my lower lash line so I don't have any harsh lines at all. And I want to smoke it so it's kind of like connecting to this upper part that I did earlier. I want it to all look like a halo effect around my eye. I want everything to look very like seamless and married together. So I want to make sure that these are almost like connecting, which is why I did that cat eye trick that I like to do. It just brings everything together. We love that. Now I'm going to put mascara on. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lots of Lashes. I use this quite often. I alternate between this and MAC Giga Black Lash, but this is just what I have around me at the moment. So for my lips, I'm going to use SOAR. This is by MAC. It's one of my favorite lip liners. Just like a pretty berry. And in the center of my lid, I'm going to pop HONEYLOVE. This is also by MAC. This is my favorite color combination. It's really pretty. Just like a light nude. And then I'm just going to use my finger to diffuse any lines. And that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I feel like this look would be so fun just for like if you're going on a spring vacation, for like a night out, or if you're just going on like a dinner date or out with your friends. I just feel like it's very summer and spring appropriate. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And if you do, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in the comments below, because I want to interact with you guys and talk to you guys, and I want to see what you would like to see from me in the future. So that is it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.